This bitch is big. So I know some people are gonna have some questions about scaling. While this is more meant for the smaller G.I. Joe figure line, much like the one it comes with, I'm not opening this just because I'm not gonna be using it. But it's more meant for that, but there is a second option because they are swappable seats, which are a part of the accessories. So here's the seat that's meant for the smaller G.I. Joe figure line, much like the vintage ones. And there's an option that I have inside of it that is meant for more of a 6-inch, more classified style. So that's why we have this custom classified Mike Tyson over here. But I'm going to show all y'all, these figures inside of this, just to show you maybe some of the scaling. So, you got the SH Figure Arts Sasuke from back in the days. Randomly found him as I was looking through old stuff. Figma Michael Jackson, and Origins Merman, a Boss Fight Studios Luchador Skeleton, a Marvel Legends Deadpool woman. I'll just call her Deadpool, but it's a girl. The Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn, and of course, as I said, the custom Mike Tyson classified figure. But yeah, let's dive into how all these fit inside of it. So as far as the scaling goes, pretty much all these figures work pretty well. The Origins figure was a little bit of finagling to get them in there. The G.I. Joe classified line, I think, looks a little big inside of it.
That's what you say. That's what she said. One more time, I'm gonna pop you.
But you can definitely fit them in it, and outside of it, it looks fine. So if you were to get, G.I. Joe figures to put into here, I would probably go with just a smaller figure, maybe one of the women's figures who were a bit smaller. If you do want to put a G.I. Joe or a Valorverse figure into here, I'd say maybe just get one of the smaller women figures, because with at least, I'm not sure what body that Mike Tyson was built on, but at least with him, he looked a little funny in it. But then again, I think that's a pretty big figure for that line. The Amazing Yamaguchi Harley Quinn looked great in it. Same thing with the Marvel Legends Women's Deadpool. Figma was super easy, and the Boss Fight Studios one was really easy to put in as well. You could pretty much fit any 1/12 scale line into this. I don't think you could fit in those DC McFarlane figures or those NECA figures though. As far as fitting those in there, I think those are just a little too big. You could definitely, like I said, put Origins in there, which this is where that will be going in for my display personally. But I'll touch on that a bit more further. But yeah, as far as scaling goes, this thing scales well with a lot of different lines. So if you got some imagination, man, this is definitely gonna be great. Everything that comes with this, so some of the accessories, as I explained, it did come with this figure, and he comes with a gun, and I think that's an extra head inside there. I can't tell if no, it's a helmet. It does go over this head, so that's cool, but not really what I'm gonna do with this, or not really what I'm gonna put into this guy. So I'm probably just gonna keep it in the packaging. I may end up just selling this dude because I really have no need for him, to be honest. But yeah, he did also come with these 3 miniature Robo skulls as well, which are really pretty cool. I think I'll for sure have these displayed with it, like they're flying around alongside this. Maybe they're getting blown up by something, not quite sure. But yeah, it comes with these 3, and I'm not even showing it. As I just said, comes with, and like I said, 2 seating options So these are for, like I said, the smaller G.I. Joe, like 3-4 inch figures, I think is what those ones would be considered. Not even sure. But obviously I have the bigger scale seat in there. Comes with this lightning effect piece that can go in its mouth actually, and they would hold it like that, you know, make it look like it's shooting out lightning. These 4 blast effects, which we'll be touching on a bit more a little later, and these 2 like missile things, which you can actually stick into the eyes, or if you want to, you can stick them onto these little blast effects and make it look like, you know, it's a missile shooting out. So plenty of cool little things, and this tiny little stand that's meant to hold it. And yeah, man, but let's get a bit of a closer look at this thing. Completely to mention that it comes with like this envelope over here, which has not only the instructions, some stickers to actually put on the inside of the panels and stuff, which I never bothered to do. And it also comes with another set of stickers, and these actually glow in the dark, which is pretty cool, but I'm not going to bother to try and put them on. And this is probably the coolest thing it comes with, which is essentially a blueprint for it. So I mean, the art on this is just really, really cool. I'm tempted to try and get it framed and hang it up, but honestly, I have so much stuff on my walls as is. I don't know if I could find room for this somewhere. So yeah, as of now, it's just gonna go back in the envelope. But yeah, I thought I'd mention that it actually does come with this. So cool thing to note. Getting a bit of a closer look at this thing, you can see how absolutely massive it is. The mouth actually does have a hinge where you can close it and open it. As you can see, it doesn't shut completely, but I prefer it to be open because of how I'm going to have it displayed. You can see there's a couple little missiles in there, but there isn't really much of a way to pull those out to make it look like it's shooting anything. So that's a bit unfortunate, but I mean, considering how massive this thing is, it's cool with me. Has 2 little blasts down here, looks like some laser blasters. The guns and the eyes, which you can take out. I just don't feel like doing it because it did take a little bit of some force to actually get them in. And in the back, obviously, you have like, you know, the blast, you know, of it, you know, being able to fly off and stuff. And for some reason, just 2 random ass guns right here, and you could be shooting some from behind. And of course, the wings do twist. So right here, it's supposed to be, I'm assuming, just in the landing phase, but you can twist these to make it more in like a flying pose. I think it's supposed to be the other. Yeah, okay, I twisted it the wrong way, or maybe. Yep, there we go. There we go. There we go. So a bit more flying pose. So again, you can have these little missiles over here, you know, coming out from over here, you know, shooting from these spots. And you can have them shooting from the eyes as well if you want to, but I just prefer the miniguns. And yeah, man, this thing is absolutely fucking awesome. I can't. I mean, I couldn't be happier, man. You know what I mean? Oh. Another cool thing about it actually is the fact that this has a little slider thing in the back here. So if you wanted to, you know, capture someone with the smaller G.I. Joe figures, you could put them in here. And one second, let me put this down for a quick second to show. It comes with these 2 little things, these little black things that are supposed to be able to plug into the eyes. Just if you wanted to have them in the eyes for some reason. And it really serves no purpose besides that if you wanted to plug them into the eyes for whatever reason instead of plugging the fucking guns in them. But this makes for a nice place to just put them at so you don't lose them. And that just slides. Oops, shit. One second. And this thing just kind of slides in, as you can see. That doesn't go as deep as I thought it does. That's what she said. But this thing is awesome, man. I mean, I can't. So yes, I couldn't be any more happier with this. I know some people are probably wondering where I'm going to put this at or what I'm going to do with it. This is actually going to go in my He-Man Origins display. And that's just the way I'm going to put it personally. Or the plot, or the display I'm going to put it at. And I'm actually going to take you through me doing that with y'all. Because I'm going to need to get some stronger fish wire. Because the wiring I usually use, I don't think is going to be strong enough to hold this dude up. Besides that though, I know some people are going to be wondering about the price I paid for it. I'm not going to say just because this guy was really expensive. That's all I'm going to say. it was worth it. But if I use the title that I originally was going to use, which is "This Toy Made Me Broke," I'm not really exaggerating, nor am I really clickbaiting. This guy made me broke for a week or two, man. Like, I wasn't in financial debt or anything like that, but just I was a broke boy, bro. I couldn't stop at McDonald's, get myself a burger. Your boy had to drive my ass straight home and eat a cold fucking sandwich just with mayonnaise and some ham. So yeah, this guy's awesome though. With the Origins display, I have a big idea with it, and I'm gonna show y'all it, at least a part of it, me putting it up today, because unfortunately some of the stuff that I want to do with this, I'm gonna have to buy some extra stuff to do with. But let's get into me actually showing y'all how I'm gonna do this. Whoop. Okay folks, so the plan is to actually have the Red Skull frame hanging from here. Obviously I'm gonna have to get some hooks like that. I already have some, but I'm gonna have to do it how much like I did the dragon. But the only issue is that I'm not sure the wire I used for this dragon will be strong enough to hold that big son of a bitch. And if it is, I'm gonna have to use multiple. Not only am I going to hang it from there, but I'm actually going to hang other figures flying against it. So like this Buzz Off, that Stratos, Sunman, and that Rey Mysterio over there. Those are all going to be people, and this I forget his goddamn name. Why am I blanking on his name right now?
One eternity later.
It's fucking Orko. I don't know why I couldn't think of it. I was literally about to go and Google it, and then it just I just remembered randomly. God, I don't know why I blanked on his name so much. But Orko will also be flying against it. Like they're about to fight it. So yeah, that's the plan. I'm gonna have to move all this stuff from down here though to make sure, if it falls, it doesn't, destroy or break anything here. So yeah, let's get to doing that. Whoop. We got everything cleared, so now we're gonna I'm gonna just try and use these guys, these little like hook screws in it. Unfortunately I gotta do it by hand because these aren't something that like I can grab with a Makita. We got both of those in. So let's try and actually hang these guys. So to hang these cocksuckers, I'm using the this clear stretch cord. Got this at Walmart. It's 0.8 millimeters apparently. And obviously, as I showed earlier, I'm using those hooks. Only problem is it's kind of hard to do it while the thing's midair in itself. So I'm using some books to stack up on top of it. As you can see there, didn't have enough books, so I had to go grab some more. Just grabbed my Mayo Chiki manga, so yeah. So we got the first two tied, but this thing weighs so much, it's just stretching it down. Luckily, it didn't rip it, but what I think I'm gonna end up doing, as you can start to see here, I'm gonna double up on it and bring another, obviously, line of string down to somewhat hold it on both sides. So hopefully that'll do it. If not, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I might triple it up or, I'll figure something out. But, yeah. All right, we have it all fully up now. It looks a little bit level. It looks like it's actually flying now. So, yeah, let's just put everything back and we'll see how makes the display look. Alrighty, so we have everything back up. Except for those guys over there that fell, but let's not worry about that. As far as what figure I'm going to be putting into it, I don't actually have it. It will be here tomorrow, but for you guys, it'll be here in just a second. But another thing I wanted to talk about was I said earlier that I wanted to have quite a few other figures against it, flying against it. Unfortunately, as of now, I don't have all the effects that I want. So a lot of the gore effect pieces or blood effects that I use are from the Casket of Cruelty. And there's also another one that I have that's from an Etsy store. I forget what the dude's Etsy is called. I know the Casket of Cruelty comes from Super Action Stuff, if I'm not incorrect. But I don't have enough gore effects right now or blood effects. So to me, it feels rather pointless to hang these guys up over there when, I'm going to have to eventually take them down to put the blood effects on them and stuff. So, I'll probably do that in a future video as far as me just, hanging all of these guys up and, showing how I have this guy blasting them and stuff. But you will be seeing that figure that will be going in there in just right about now. And unfortunately for my luck, it actually did not show up today. Here's an image of it though. Right, and essentially what that guy is a knockoff, like He-Man style skeleton figure. And my whole little story for it, because honestly, I don't really care about Action Force, which is what this thing is based off of. This is actually based off an old vintage toy. Put an image of it again right here. This is definitely better than the old vintage toy in my opinion. Even though, I mean, that old vintage toy is really, really cool, especially considering the time it came out. And, you know, it was a really cool creative thing. And it's worth a whole lot of money nowadays from what I hear. But enough of me getting sidetracked. My whole little story with that figure and this thing over here in particular was going to be the fact that M. Bison over here has his, you know, his little army. And basically his whole army was wiped out. And, you know, Scareglow, you know, eventually somehow got a hold of the soul of one of his soldiers. And that soldier is operating this big old machine because M. Bison, of course, this evil son of a bitch, you know, made these damn things. He had a whole army of these, but now he's only left with one that he stashed somewhere. So, yeah, that's my little story of it. Apologize for not having it here, but next week's video, next week's video, we do have something though. So, besides all that though, folks, hope you enjoyed today's video. Wanted to let y'all know some channel updates. I know I'm kind of inconsistent as far as uploading at times, but I'm gonna try and do this thing of a weekly basis. I'm gonna try and put out a full-length video and a YouTube short. Sometimes the short and the YouTube video will have something to do with each other. Sometimes they won't. Here and there, I will be posting 2 videos a week. Kind of depends on just what the video is, because I don't want to post something back-to-back that are super related to each other. Just to me, I want to mix it up a bit on this channel. I don't want it to be, you know, back-to-back. If example, if I want to do something on Dragon Ball, I don't want it to do back-to-back Dragon Ball related videos as far as, you know, for next week. So back-to-back the same week, I feel like makes a bit more sense, at least, because at least you still have something to look forward to next week. If you don't like Dragon Ball that much, you know, next week maybe I'll put a video on something else that's a bit more in your wheelhouse. You know what I mean? So that's something I'll be doing. And again, I'll be trying to make shorts alongside these. So, you know, as an example, I'll probably do a short on this Extreme Hawk or Sandman WWE figure. Or WCW. I mean, WWE owns WCW, so I'll probably do little shorts on figures like this where I don't feel like making full-length videos for them. Just because, like, I guarantee there's 50 million different fucking reviews out of this guy. You know what I mean? Especially since people get things a lot of the times way before me. Since, for some reason here in California, we seem to lag on getting every goddamn action figure. Unless you're, like, pre-ordering things. And I'm not the biggest fan of that unless it's something that, like, I really, really, really fucking want to get and need, I feel like, for my collection. And even that way, you don't really need anything. It's just kind of a want, or it feels like it would fit. But I digress. Anyways, though, hope you guys are enjoying yourself, or having a good day, I should say. And, you know, for the message of today, you know, the world isn't a perfect place, especially not right now. You know, we're not in the greatest time in the world. I'll put it to you that way. You know, regardless of being in America or being in any other country, it's just not the greatest time in the world as of late. But one of the ways you can make the world to be better, you know, we can't really on our own you cannot change every single little thing about the world, but the thing you can do is making yourself a better person. You can improve. I think Michael Jackson said this. You know, you can start with the man in the mirror. You know, man, just improve upon yourself. And hopefully by you being nice to someone, you know, that causes them to want to be a better person, and so on and so forth. So we have better people in this world, you know, to try and somewhat tackle the problems and the issues we have in this world. But yeah, that's the message. A little bit of a rambling there, but that's how I always do shit. Anyways, though, as I always say, hope you liked the video, and hope you're having a good time, man. Or Hope you're having a good day, I should say. Good day, good night, good evening, whatever the fuck it be, man. I'll catch y'all next time.